Have you ever felt like the world is just against you? That no matter how hard you try, something always goes wrong. A market crashes. A project gets cancelled. A once-in-a-lifetime pandemic hits, but then you look at other people. The ones who not only survive these chaos, but seem to thrive in it. They get the promotion during the layoffs. They spot the opportunity in the crisis. What's the difference between them and everyone else? Is it just luck? 500 years ago, a controversial philosopher named Niccolò Machiavelli gave us the answer. And it's not what you think. His greatest idea wasn't about being evil, it was about mastering two forces that govern our lives, virtù and fortuna. First, let's talk about fortuna. For Machiavelli, fortuna wasn't just luck. It was fortune, chance, chaos, unpredictability. The stuff you cannot control, he said. Fortuna is like a raging river. When it floods, it destroys everything in its path: crops, homes, cities. It is the market crash, the sudden illness, the change in management, the unforeseen competitor. Now, the opposite force is virtù. And please forget the modern word virtue. This isn't about being a goody two-shoes. Virtù is your strength, your skill, your cunning, your prowess, your force of will. It is the sum total of your ability to act decisively in the world. It's the dams and the canals we build to control the river. Fortuna controls half of our lives. But virtù controls the other half. Your job is to build your dam so strong that when fortuna floods, you're not destroyed, you're ready. To see this in action, let's look at one of history's greatest masters of virtù, Octavian, the man who would become Emperor Augustus. Imagine the fortuna he faced. His great-uncle and mentor, Julius Caesar, is suddenly, brutally murdered. Rome is thrown into a bloody civil war. Powerful, experienced men like Mark Antony are positioned to seize power. Octavian is just an 18-year-old sickly boy. The odds are impossibly stacked against him. This is a flood of epic proportions, but Octavian had immense virtù. Not physical strength, but political genius. His virtù was using his name, Caesar, to instantly rally his uncle's veterans and political allies. His virtù was forming a strategic alliance with his enemy, Mark Antony, and Lepidus, the second triumvirate, to consolidate power and defeat Caesar's assassins. His virtù was his incredible patience and cunning. He played the long game, biding his time while Antony made mistakes in Egypt with Cleopatra. Octavian turned Antony's recklessness into a propaganda victory, portraying himself as the sober, righteous defender of Rome. When the final conflict came, he was ready. The chaos of fortuna didn't destroy him, he used it to become the most powerful man in the world. Augustus Caesar, the founder of the Roman Empire, he didn't stop the river. He built canals to direct its flow to his advantage. So what does this look like today? Let's take a modern example, a sudden economic downturn. Company layoffs, that's fortuna. It's chaotic, unpredictable. And it affects everyone. You can't stop it, but your colleague, let's call her Sarah, isn't panicking. In fact, she sees an opportunity for a promotion or a better job elsewhere. Why? Because she spent years building her virtù, valuable skill set. She didn't just do her job, she learned data analysis and project management, making her uniquely valuable. Strong network. She built genuine relationships across departments and even with competitors. She's not just a resume in a stack. Financial runway, savings. She has 6 months of living expenses saved. This isn't a crisis, it's a chance to pivot. Fortuna for others is opportunity for her. The chaos of the layoffs clears the field of competitors. Suddenly, her unique skills are in higher demand. Her network is now a source of incredible opportunity. Her savings give her the freedom to choose the best option, not the most desperate one. She didn't control the market. She controlled her preparation for it. That is modern virtue. So, how do you start building your virtue today? You don't need to become a Roman emperor. You just need to start building your dams. 1. Acquire a high-value skill. Identify one skill that is both valuable to your industry and not everyone has. Coding, public speaking, copywriting, data visualization. Dedicate 30 minutes a day to it. That's you forging your tools. 2. Perform a risk landscape analysis. Take a quiet hour this week. Seriously. What are the potential floods in your life? Your job. Your health. Your finances. Just by identifying them, you take away their power to surprise you. You can start building a dam before it rains. 3. Build a strategic alliance, not just networking. Identify 1 or 2 people you respect, inside or outside your company, and offer them value. Help them with a problem. Build a real connection. 1 strong alliance is worth 100 LinkedIn connections. What's the hardest part of building power? Is it hard work? The learning? No. The single hardest skill for any ambitious person to master is inaction. Knowing when to not strike. Knowing how to wait for the right moment, even when every instinct screams at you to move. This is the critical difference between raw force and true power. This is the art of strategic patience. Impatience is the enemy of strategy. It's the desire for a quick win that sabotages the long-term victory. It's launching a product before it's ready. It's sending that angry email. It's forcing a confrontation you can't win yet. Machiavelli saw this in the princes of his time. The reckless ones who, through impulsive action, would squander all their built-up virtue in a single moment of passion, only to be swept away by fortuna. Strategic patience is not passivity. It is not waiting for luck. It is highly disciplined, active preparation. It's the cheetah, its muscles coiled, tracking every variable, waiting for the perfect moment where its effort guarantees maximum return. Let's go back to ancient Rome. The brilliant Carthaginian general Hannibal has just crossed the Alps and annihilated every Roman army sent to stop him. Rome is in a panic. Their traditional virtue, their legion's brute force, is failing spectacularly. This is a crisis of existence, so the Romans appoint a dictator, Fabius Maximus. His strategy was infuriating to his own people. He was given the nickname Cunctator, the delayer. His virtue wasn't battlefield glory, it was the immense political and personal strength to withstand criticism and stick to his strategy. He refused to engage Hannibal's superior army directly. He shadowed him, cut off his supplies, and engaged only in small, opportunistic skirmishes. He let Hannibal's army weaken itself, bleeding it slowly rather than all at once. This strategic patience gave Rome the one thing it desperately needed: time. Time to rebuild its armies, time to train new commanders, and time for Hannibal's stranded army to lose its edge. Fabius didn't win the war himself, but his patience created the conditions for Scipio Africanus to eventually defeat Hannibal for good. He knew that sometimes, the strongest action is a deliberate, calculated pause. Scenario A, a tech startup. A young founder has a good product. A giant tech company, let's call it Megacorp, launches a similar, but inferior, feature. The impatient move, the founder panics. They blast Megacorp on social media, pivot their entire company out of fear, and burn cash on a rushed marketing campaign to compete. They drown in a wave they can't possibly ride. The Fabian move, the founder practices strategic patience. They don't react publicly. They use this as intelligence. They see where Megacorp's product is weak and where their customers are complaining. They double down on their unique strengths, their superior customer service, their agile development. They let the giant waste its energy and educate the market for them. Then, they strike with a targeted campaign, tired of clunky features from giants. Here's how we do it better. Patience allowed the startup to let its larger, clumsy enemy make the first move and reveal its weaknesses. So how do you cultivate this? It's a muscle. Here's how to train it. 1. Institute a mandatory delay on major decisions. If you feel a strong emotional urge to act, especially anger or fear, institute a 24-hour rule. Sleep on it. You will almost always see the situation more clearly. 2. Separate movement from progress. Busy work is not strategy. Ask yourself daily, am I just moving to feel productive, or is this action genuinely advancing my core goal? 3. Identify your center of gravity. In military strategy, this is the source of your enemy's strength. In your life, it's the source of your strength. Is it your reputation? Your savings? Your unique skill? Your network? Strategic patience means never risking your center of gravity for a temporary gain. See how this connects. Virtue is your strength, the dam you build. Strategic patience is the wisdom to know when and where to build it for maximum effect. It's the combination of these forces that allows you to not just resist Fortuna, but to redirect its energy to your own ends. Master your strength. Master your timing. Master your fortune. Subscribe and hit the bell, because next time, we're tackling one of the most misunderstood concepts in history, why Machiavelli said it's better to be feared than loved.